guys, we are at the, let's see, 291 mile review. So I've had my Cybertruck for over 6 months. It's like 7 or 8 months, and I drive it quite a bit. I already took it to Ohio and back, and I've taken it pretty much on every estimate, on every job for the last couple months. I've pulled dump trailers, I've pulled equipment trailers, I've pulled trailers full of logs. I've been to the dump with it, pulled over, I'd say, way over 12,000 pounds, maybe pushing 20,000 pounds, probably 12.5 plus 12, 17, yeah, about 18,000 pounds, no problem. We did bend the hitch though. I don't know if it's the truck or the hitch. We put probably about 10,000 pounds of down pressure on the hitch. So I need to take the hitch off and find out if it's the hitch or the truck or both. But other than that, we never had any problems. I knew there's a limit. If you put close to 10,000 pounds on the back of the truck, the air ride suspension won't push it back up. There's a limit. There must be, like, I don't know if it's 7,000 or 8,000 or 9,000, whatever. Something, I would say, trucks, trailer's 5,500 pounds. We had probably close to 7,000 or 8,000 pounds of logs on it, and the tongue weight was a little bit too much for the air suspension to push back up. We pushed it up, loaded it down, and then once the truck airbags deflated, it wasn't able. It went into air mode. Wasn't able or didn't want to push the load back up. So there is a limit. I don't know if that could be a software update to push the truck back up, but I ended up the hitch was dragging the ground in our driveway when I went back to the shop, and I wasn't able to unload it. It was so heavy that the dump trailer wouldn't dump it. It was so heavily loaded in the front. But other than that, the truck's been doing pretty good. I have lost probably, I don't know, it's colder out now, so I don't know if it's the cold that has to do with it, but I think I've lost like 7 or 8 miles of distance when I charge it to 80%. It used to be 256, and now it's showing like 249 or 248 or something. So I don't know if that has to do with the battery degradation, or if it's just pulling heavy loads and it's cold out. I don't know if in the summertime, if I don't pull anything and I take longer trips without pulling too much weight, if it'll go back up. But for right now, I think it might be battery degradation, because I know you lose about 3 to 5% in the first year or two. So if anybody knows anything different, what their degradation is, and if it was 256 at 80% or similar new, reaching out, trying to figure out what it is now. I need to get on one of the groups. I don't follow the other Tesla Cybertruck owners too much, but I need to start doing that more. Got all my decals finished. I'm pretty much done with the truck. We got one more detail for the hood, and then 2 more chainsaw decals. So basically 3 decals. They're working on. They already have them printed out. We just haven't installed them yet, so that should be later next week. And then also 2. I don't know if I updated you guys. I'm going to try to go to the Firewood Expo International. It's in Ohio. I think it's in May 1st or something like that. It's on a Friday and Saturday, so I'm hoping to leave early and spend about 2 or 3 days getting there and 2 or 3 days getting back. I'm gonna drive my Cybertruck up there and maybe pick up a few things, who knows, get some good videos for you guys. Haven't been doing much firewood splitting lately. We pretty much have enough to last us through the end of the season. Firewood call has been going down. It hasn't been quite as cold as it was, so we're getting to the end of firewood season, I think. Did buy a processor, but it's not exactly what I wanted, but we're using that until I get what I want. Anyway, I think that's it. We had a few slow days. The shop is right next to the railroad tracks, and so they tore up the railroad tracks and we weren't able to get to the shop. We had to go all the way around, so it's kind of blessing in disguise. We had a couple rain days, so it was slow enough to where they could reassemble the railroad tracks, and we were able to get equipment out back and forth out of the shop without going 4 or 5 miles out of the way. So, but we're back up and running. We did have a couple issues with one of our mini skids. Got that finished, and then we also had a problem with the SK800 overheating. It's the alarm was going off for it was like the hydraulic fluid was getting hot. That's not happening. Cleaned it out, so hopefully that's fixed. If not, we're gonna have to dive deeper. Maybe I have to take it back to Ditch Witch and do some better diagnostic. We did have an issue with the 752. Had a fuel problem, wasn't getting fuel, and got a new fuel pump that was like $700 or $800, and then took it back in, and then they replaced some fuel line and cleaned out the tank. That was like another $600-700. So it's about $1,500 getting our old machine running again. So I'm not gonna miss that when we go to electric. So I'm hoping that they have some electric mini skids on display, because I'm hoping that Ditch Witch and some other bigger brands start coming out with electric equipment. I bought the SK800 reluctantly because they didn't have any electric skid steers, so my next purchase will, if we buy a mini skid, hopefully it will be an electric one. We'll see. It's right around the corner. We just paid off my mini skid. Everything's paid for, so probably gonna need a tax write-off for next year. So we're either looking at a new firewood processor, spider lift, some type of lift, or a new electric mini skid, or a loader truck. I don't know which way. I'd like to have a loader trailer, but they're hard to find. So that's what's on my mind. I talked to a couple other tree guys, and they're pretty much in the same boat. They pretty much have everything they're looking for their next tax write-off. Bought a few saws from Little John yesterday. He has a spider lift. He just paid off, so he said that they're slow a couple days, and I usually call him if I need a spider lift, and usually it's like maybe once or twice every 6 months. So it's kind of hard to legitimize buying one right now, because we don't really use them that much. And you can rent them too. I rented a lift. They're like $400 or $500 a day for a 55-foot lift. I think his goes up 72 feet. So it is handy for a dead tree in a backyard, or something you can't get a bucket truck to that's kind of dangerous to climb. But like I said, we can always sub those out. Anyway, just a little, it's Friday, and right after the chamber, we got a little trim job, and then I'm heading to Gainesville. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you want me to make a video about something, just let me know, and I'll do my best to accommodate. So have an awesome weekend, and be safe out there. Tree life.